Hey you guys, Dino Gomez here, founder of Coaching Launch as well as the Secrets of Coaching podcast on iTunes, along with founder of Seven Figure Visionary, which is a mastermind for online coaches. And in today's training, we're going to talk about how to grow a Facebook group super fast. We're going to show you guys 10 different ways, 10 different strategies to grow your group super fast. So let's dive into it right now. Alright guys, how to grow a Facebook group super fast. We're going to show you guys a bunch of different strategies and techniques. We're going to waste no time, so let's hop into my computer and dive right into this. Alright guys, we're over here inside of our Facebook group, which is 7 Figure Coaches, Entrepreneurs, Speakers, and Visionaries. Alright, and so right here from the get-go, this might be an easy one, but if you're new to this, right, what's really important for you to grow your Facebook group with your actual target audience, right? With the people that you actually want to be in your group, perhaps prospects for your business, is what you actually name your group, all right? Because people are naturally going to join groups that have a name that speaks to them, right? That describes who they are, right? Another great strategy here, right, is you want to get a little bit niche specific. So if you only work with women, right, you might want to say, hey, this is an entrepreneurial group for women. If you only work with men, vice versa. If you work with personal trainers, right, you want to include that keyword in here, but you want to have your keywords in the name of your actual group, okay? That was strategy number 1, all right? Strategy number 2, right, is your actual cover photo, guys. You want to have a cover photo that speaks to people, that's going to grab their attention, right? I highly recommend using some of your keywords in the actual cover photo itself, so people's eyes are naturally go right to your cover photo when they're browsing for different groups, and so they're going to read what your group is about, right? And so make sure it's really clear what your group is about by using your keywords about what your group topic is in your actual cover photo there. All right, strategy number 3, guys, is you want to use the announcements tab. All right, announcements, right, basically means when somebody is brand new to your group, all right, they're going to see the announcements first. These are the posts that are kind of pinned towards the top. These will be the first pieces of content that new members to your group see. So you want to make sure it's some of your best content, your most engaging content, all right, because this is essentially going to be the first impression that people get when they join your group. So make sure you have great content, your best content, pin it as an announcement so that new members are for sure going to see that when they join your group. All right, strategy number 4, guys, is for your primary announcement, right? Your very first announcement. This is your pinned post, literally the first. It's kind of your welcome post to the group, right? You want to go ahead and give a bunch of value. Let people know what your group is about, what the rules are. If you have any freebies and free content and giveaways and things that you can give to your new members, that's an awesome way to give value right away. People that when you join a Facebook group and you see it's valuable, right? Your first impression is gonna be, hey, I like this group. I'm gonna stick around. There's a lot of cool stuff happening here. They're giving me free content, freebies, free trainings, things of that nature, stuff that I want to learn about. And so, as you can see with our first post here, I highly recommend doing a video. All right, this is gonna help build authority so people recognize you as the admin of the group. All right, and then you can basically introduce what the group is about, how, what your mission is, and then as you can see, what we like to do here, right, is you give people directions of different freebies and downloads and things that they can actually use right here in the first pinned post. All right, strategy number 4 to growing your Facebook group super fast is to allow other members to actually engage and comment and start threads inside of your Facebook group. I know there's some Facebook admins out there, they don't allow anybody but themselves to post in that Facebook group. The whole idea and concept of a Facebook group, right, is that it builds community. And so you want people to be able to you want to allow them to be able to start conversations, all right? You want to allow them to be able to post, all right? You can decide on the rules if they're allowed to make offers, right? You don't want your group to become too spammy and so forth, but you should allow them to post content. So as we can see here, right, we have other members that are posting content inside of our group, all right, and that's fantastic, all right? Strategy number 6, guys, to grow in your Facebook group super fast is to do content like this, right? Is to actually engage with your audience, all right? And so you can see here, I asked, how many coaches do we have in this group? Tell us what you do in 1 sentence, all right? And so when you actually ask people to engage with you, right, oftentimes if you give them very specific instructions, right, then they're more likely to follow those instructions, all right? And so that's why I said, tell us what you do in 1 sentence, all right? And so people are going to follow these instructions. We can see this post has 60 comments here, and um, and so this is cool. I'm literally telling people as well, right? Like, pitch us. I'm asking our audience. I'm giving our group members a chance to pitch themselves and their services and so forth inside of our group. I say no links just so it doesn't get spammy, but otherwise I say pitch us, right? And so in other words, this is another way of me giving value to our group members, because I'm sharing my platform with them. All right, and so again, a lot of people hopped on the opportunity to go ahead and pitch what their actual services are. Strategy number 7, guys, is to grow in your Facebook group fast, right? Is to actually respond to comments. So when you ask people inside of your group questions, right, and you ask them to engage with you, go ahead and respond to them. As you can see, Joe left a comment here. I went ahead and responded to Joe. All right, and on top of that, right, and I literally just left this response 24 minutes ago, so Joe might not have seen my response yet. But what I did is I commented back that I really loved Joe's response. I also asked him, do you have a process here to get your clients results? So what am I doing here, guys? I'm not only engaging with like our members, but then I'm asking them follow-up questions, right? I'm actually showing interest in our members, right? This is going to keep the thread growing, and the thread growing, it's going to increase the number of comments on this actual thread, and that's part of Facebook's algorithm, right? They decide how much reach a piece of content is going to get by how much engagement it is getting, all right? And so by responding to people, right, and genuinely being interested in what they have to say, right, I'm increasing the amount of engagement. It's going to increase the reach. More people are going to see this, and this post is going to go more viral, so to speak. More of our group members are going to see this specific post. All right, strategy number 8 for growing your Facebook group super fast, guys, is to give away amazing free content and value. All right, and so as you can see right here, I asked people, right, hey, do you want to start attracting premium clients into your business for free? We put together our newest ebook, Client Attraction Strategies, right? And so I did a little video here walking people through this really awesome ebook that we are giving away for free. And the main strategy here, though, guys, is not just to drop off your freebie or your training. All right, that absolutely works as well, and we'll talk about Facebook Lives and stuff like that in a second. But is to actually say, hey, comment below if you want a free copy of this. All right, so if you put together an ebook, a PDF, a video training of sorts, if you're going to do a webinar, if you're going to do any of these things, if you're going to do a Facebook Live later on, if you're going to do an interview or something like that, ask people, hey, comment below if you want access to it. All right, and what this does, right, is all of a sudden it stacks up the social engagement. We can see 137 comments here, right? And that's going to allow this post, it does a lot of things. It's social proof, all right, which is great for you as the admin. But then also, right, again, it's hacking Facebook's algorithm. It's going to get more reach. All right, and so one of the things you can do, right, when people comment, yeah, I want this free ebook, right, you can either immediately drop off a link to the ebook, or you can ask them, hey, can I send you a message to get this free gift to you? All right, and so we have one of our team members follow up and say, hey, Jeff, can I send you a message to get this to you? And she says, yes. Jeff said, yes, please send it. All right, and so again, that's going to add the amount of engagement on this thread, and then what that does, again, it makes the post go more viral, reach more people. All right, strategy number 9 for growing your Facebook group super fast, guys, is to be real. Tell stories. Stories allow people to connect with you as an individual, as a person. All right, we all know that you're into business or coaching or doing something. You're an entrepreneur or whatever it is. You have a e-com business, whatever it might be. Right? But it's really important people understand who you are, right? You are your own brand. And so what I did in this particular post, right, is I wrote this story about how I got started in marketing. I talked about when I was 23, how I quit my 9-to-5 job. And I tell this really amazing story about how I quit my 9-to-5 job, and then my old boss, ended up hiring me back 2 years later, and was paying. She got hired at another company. She hired me back as a freelancer and started paying me $15,000 a month. So I talked about how I went from $3,000 a month at a corporate job to getting paid $15,000 a month as a marketing consultant for this new business. All right, so I tell this kind of heartfelt story, a little bit of my entrepreneurial journey here, right? And included a photo of myself here, and got a ton of likes and a ton of comments from this as well. And it's really cool to see the comments here, right? Because sometimes like this is a story that is helping people. It's inspiring people, right? And you don't always have to use inspirational stories. You can use stories about how you overcame a struggle or something like that, or just interesting facts about yourself. Another great one, right, is to ask your audience, like, what is something interesting about yourself that we don't know, because people love talking about themselves. But what's so crazy about this right here is Chad said, right, this post is so cool. This gave me the push of motivation to quit my construction 9-to-5 job. All right, so literally, guys, like a post like that can change somebody's lives. Somebody is quitting their 9-to-5 job. This is inspiring them to become an entrepreneur. All right, so really important, guys, to tell stories, any types of stories, so people have a chance to connect with you more. All right, strategy number 10, guys, for growing your Facebook group super fast. Is to actually go ahead and get on camera and do Facebook Live. So even if you're afraid to do Facebook Lives, guys, the best way to break through that fear is to actually go ahead and just do it, get it done. All right, and so every single week we do a Facebook Live. I hop on a Facebook Live. I teach a new subject. I interview one of our group members. I'll interview somebody that's really cool that I think is going to bring a lot of value to our group around a certain subject. All right, so maybe if you're a sales expert, you go and hire, or you don't hire, but you offer to interview somebody who's really good at Facebook ads or something like that, right? But you can actually interview different people inside of your group and just bring value to your group, all right? And have a lot of fun on camera and stuff like that. But doing interviews with other experts is going to bring more value to your group, right? And it's going to bring a lot of engagement. On top of that, right, if you can plan ahead of time, what we like to do is when I do a Facebook Live or a training of sorts, right, then I'll say, hey, if you guys want a copy of a PDF or a cheat sheet that goes along with this, comment below. And so people will comment, right? But one of the things you can do on your Facebook Lives is ask people questions, right? Ask them if they understand concepts. Ask them if they resonate with a story you're telling. Ask them if they understand and follow the strategy that you're teaching, right? So that people comment yes when they're watching it. Most people will catch the replay of a Facebook Live, but Facebook Lives are super powerful. Again, because people get notifications when you're their Facebook friend that you're going live. So we do a Facebook Live every single week. We have one called the Coaches Jam, where me and Coach Danielle, talk about different important subjects inside of the actual Facebook group. We encourage a lot of feedback and engagement. And even if some of these Facebook Lives don't get as many comments, right, a lot of people do watch them and get a lot of value from it. And so part of Facebook's algorithm, right, is like how much of the Facebook Live are people watching, right? And that will increase post reach, but again, also it's building up like your brand and so forth. And so really important, guys, to get on camera and do Facebook Lives. There's a lot of different ways to bring value there. You can tell stories on Facebook Lives. You can do rants on Facebook Lives. You can talk about success stories. You can interview clients. You can interview other experts. There's a lot of different options for you there, but you should be doing Facebook Lives inside of your Facebook group. Strategy number 11 for growing your Facebook group fast, guys, is that you can actually use Facebook ads in a very strategic way, all right? And so you can't run, it's kind of strange that Facebook doesn't allow you to do this, but you can't run Facebook ads directly to your group, all right? But what you can do, right, is run Facebook ads to a lead magnet of sorts, all right? So this is an opt-in page for our client attraction ebook, all right? And so people will click this button here. There's a pop-up. They enter their name and email. Now what happens is on the thank you page, all right, we let them know that their download has been sent to them in their inbox. All right, what I do in this example here is then I have an extra video training for them here as a bonus, and then I say, hey, you can download your ebook here, but I also say, right, you can subscribe to us on YouTube, or you can join our Facebook group. All right, and so literally for every lead that we capture with a Facebook ad, right, we can then turn them into a Facebook group member. So that way we have their email address, but then we're also connecting with them on a more personal level inside of our actual Facebook group. All right, guys, strategy number 12 for growing your Facebook group is to actually understand and use your Facebook group audience to understand what type of content they want, all right? What type of content you should be producing to bring value to your group. All right, so in this example here, a simple post, I say, I'm putting together a new training on how to land your first coaching client in 5 minutes. Do you want it? All right, and so, again, it racked up a lot of comments, but what I'm doing here, right, is before I spend time putting together an actual piece of training, I want to go ahead and survey my audience and our group members and actually make sure they would want that piece of content. So 79 people say, yes, I want that training. All right, and so then I know, okay, this is actually worthwhile for me to spend time putting together a training on how to land your first client in 5 minutes. All right, and so use your Facebook group to understand what they're struggling with, what types of training and value they're looking for, right? Before you produce that type of content, so that way you're producing content that they actually want. All right, guys, the next strategy for growing your Facebook group super fast is to actually use your personal profile to grow your Facebook group. All right, so check this out. So when you come to my personal profile on Facebook, I'm using the cover photo here to let people know real quickly what I do, as well as a personal bio, right? But what I have here in the links section, guys, oftentimes right here in this section, people will have where they went to college, where they went to high school, where they grew up, what city they live in, all these different things. And it's just becomes super cluttered, right? Instead, what we want to do, right, is make it very clear. I only have 2 links here. All right, and I don't have information about when my birthday is or all those other things. I want this area to be super clean, right, so that when people come to my become new friends with me on Facebook, right, they immediately have a link to join my Facebook group. I even optimized these photos right here, all right, and I say join our free group with an arrow pointing up, right, pointing up to the link to join our Facebook group, right, and so people I become friends with on Facebook, right, then naturally they come to my profile, or maybe they're checking me out because we have mutual friends in common or something like that, or maybe I sent them a friend request, all right, and they're going to check me out. They're going to see I have a Facebook group and there's a call to action to join our group, right, and so they're going to click and join our group from my actual Facebook profile. The other thing you can do, right, on your personal profile is, let's say you are going to do a Facebook Live later this afternoon in your Facebook group and you're interviewing somebody really cool. You can say on your personal profile, hey guys, today I am interviewing this expert on how to do YouTube ads in my private Facebook group, right? Do you want a link to join our private group? All right, so literally you can use posts on your personal timeline to filter your friends and contacts into your group by letting them know, hey, there's amazing content happening inside of our Facebook group. If you want access, comment below. I'll get you a link to join our Facebook group. So you can literally cross promote. All right. And that leads us to the next strategy, guys. If you have an email list, if you have a YouTube channel, if you have an Instagram following, whatever it might be, cross promote your actual channels, right? And so that includes like on Instagram, it includes on your Facebook profile, it might includes your email list, right? Let people know, give them a link to join your actual Facebook group. We have yet another strategy to help you grow your Facebook group super fast, right? And that is to actually use the units section of your Facebook group, all right? So units allow you to create like mini, it's almost like a mini membership site, all right? I'll imagine like an online course or something like that. But when you do powerful video trainings that are around certain subjects, put them inside units, all right? And that makes it very easy for new members inside your group to go through the different units, all right? And so for example, we have units here on how to attract clients. We have another unit here on success stories and of different interviews. And so we have all these different units, and so people can literally, it's almost like a mini online course. They can go through all of our training because, again, if you did a really killer, amazing training like, perhaps it was like 6 months ago, it might be way too far down in your Facebook group for people to actually find it, all right? And so if you put that training inside a unit, people can click up to the unit section and go absorb that free training. All right, guys, and the next strategy we have, right, is using welcome posts. All right, so when new members apply to join your group, if it's a private group, you'll see on the left-hand side here, it says member requests. All right, and so what you want to do is when you have the ability to actually go ahead and once you've approved a bunch of members into your group, this is your only opportunity to automatically tag them in the first post. All right, and so literally Facebook's giving you the opportunity to tag everybody that's been accepted into your group and do a welcome post for them. Now, here's what most people do wrong: is they're lazy and they just do a generic welcome post. They just say, hey, welcome to the group, and they tag. You've probably seen this before, right, guys? You join a group, it says welcome to the group, and there's like 50 or 100 people tagged, and all it says is welcome. You don't even know what group you were welcome to, right? And that's your first impression of the group. So instead what you want to do, right, is write a very interesting welcome post and change up your welcome post so that people get so that other members in your group aren't seeing the same welcome post over and over again. All right, and so here's an example of a welcome post that I did. I said, what were you thinking, right? That's going to get people's attention really quickly. I said, you haven't introduced yourself yet. Tell us more about yourself. So I'm literally encouraging people to engage with us and stuff. I say, welcome to the 7-Figure Coaches and Visionaries Facebook group. So again, they know which group they're being introduced to, and that they'll remember this particular group. All right, and so I literally tell them, hey, we're going to give you a free ebook and stuff like that, but show us how awesome you are. Introduce yourself below. All right, and so you automatically, Facebook allows you to tag everybody. All right, and I have a video down here as well. But this is a great welcome post that got a lot of comments and engagement and so forth, because I'm literally encouraging people to introduce themselves. I'm giving them a freebie and stuff like that, and it's an original welcome post that's memorable, so that people are going to remember your group and want to come back to your group and engage with your group more, right? Just because you're not that generic, group admin that just says the boring and lazy welcome. Alright guys, so there you have it, a bunch of different strategies to help you grow your Facebook group super fast. I hope this training video was helpful. If it was, be sure to hit the bell notification, as well as give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Let us know in the comments down below, guys, which strategy was most helpful to you. And if you guys want to learn how to grow your Facebook group at hyper speed, as well as land clients from your Facebook group, then be sure to check out the link in the description. We have another awesome training lined up for you. But that is it for this one, guys. We will see you guys in the next video.